So Detroit Lions playing Hutch. They have become the target of Cowboy diss. The whole thing is they paid a lot of their guys, whether it was Goff, Kirby, it's a number of the St. Brown, Jameson Williams, and they pay Aidan Hutchinson. And now people are saying and taking shots at the Cowboys and saying this is how you do it. I seen Emmanuel Acho say something that's very telling. He said that some good organizations draft well and they pay early. All right. Play Panisa well. So, and I'm gonna explain the formula that he said because it's honestly true. You can't do this without drafting well. But check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Because if you don't draft well, then your money got to go to free agents and you're going to pay free agents more. And the thing about free agents, if they free, a lot of times they've been in the league 4, 5, 6 years. You kind of see what I'm saying? So they already kind of beat up. It's kind of like buying a used tire or buying a used car. You don't know how much is left in it. It may be more than a new car, but you just don't know, right? So when you got these young players, you getting their prime years, you getting their best years. You know what I'm saying? And also, they naturally mold to your culture. They naturally mold to what you believe in. When you bring in these other guys, you got a perfect gumbo recipe and now you throwing rabbit's foot and you throwing garlic in there and you throwing, alligator elbow in there and it tastes different. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't part of the original recipe. Now you got these guys that you groom, that they came in as young men, they're young adults, and now they grew together as adults and they understand the culture. When you start picking, it's kind of like the transfer portal on NCAA. You start picking different people, you start bringing different flavors. Yeah, you might like garlic, you might like chocolate, you might like vanilla, you might like, roasted almonds or whatever. You start putting the don't taste so good. Individually, it tastes good, but you got people that was the original part of the recipe. That's how you do it. That's how you do it because they grew together. They understand the culture. They understand the standard. They fit like a glove. Now, you going to get every pick right? No, but you got to get picks right. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they done. And some of the picks that didn't pan out, they didn't pan out because of injuries. Maybe F.A. Melifanu, Anzarike, Josh Pascal. They didn't pan out because of injuries. So when you hit on the Sewell, you know what I'm saying? You hit on the St. Brown in the middle, late in the draft. You find an Isaac Tesla. You know what I'm saying? You hit on the Penny Sewell. You take a chance on Jameson Williams. You turn around, you take a Jack Campbell, you take a Brian Branch, you take a Sam Laporta. You find, and they just, bam, here you go. Take a Kirby Joseph late in the draft. You know what I'm saying? And, this is what it is. You hope Terrion and Rackstraw, some of these other guys feel like take a Derek Barnes, it work out. You know what I'm saying? You take a Rodrigo, it work out. Take a Tyleek Williams, it works out. Take a Lee McNeil, middle of the draft, it works out. So you got to draft well. Drafting well entails that, hey, I might lose one of these guys, right? I might lose them, but guess what? I draft well enough to replace them. That's what it ensures you. Like when you draft well, that has to be it. You have to draft well. Because if you don't, now you have to supplement that for guys in free agency that cost a lot more with a lot of mileage on there. And then you got to hope that they fit your culture. Remember the Eagles took Nnamdi Asomugha, turned him to a man corner, to a zone corner. Trash. Remember the New Orleans Saints spent all that money on safety Jarius Byrd. He got there. Trash. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you like the homegrown, because it gives you a lower overhead. It makes it cheaper. Those guys are cheaper than going to get the best right tackle in free agency. In which, if he's the best right tackle, left tackle for agency, why is he available? Probably because he won a lot of money. So yeah. So it's a different thing going on there. So some people saying the Cowboys, but you got to draft well. You have to draft well. And when you draft well, you don't have to supplement with free agents, for high-end free agents. You don't have to do that. You don't have to trade for this, that, and the third. You keep your overhead down. Younger, all their medical situations and all that. With Dallas, is just like for them, in Philly, when you talk about Philly do the same well. They draft well. They have the mesh of drafting well and just getting the right free agents. whether it was the Jordan kid from Georgia, whether it was Jalen Carter, whether it was the linebacker, the undersized linebacker from Georgia, forget his name, whether it was drafting Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was some of their offensive linemen, drafting Jalen Hurts late, even when they had Carson Wentz, you know, they've done well. And on top of that, you drafted Devontae Smith. I don't know if they drafted Goddard or not, but, you know, there was Zach Ertz. They had Goddard in the clip. Then you turn around and you say, okay, you know, we'll sprinkle my E40. Okay, we'll go spend some money on a running back and Saquon. Bye, we'll go make a trade for A.J. Brown. Yeah, we messed up. We took Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson, but we'll go get A.J. Brown, and they put together quite the team. You know, you can make the same case for the Lions. Okay, we made a mistake on Levi Enrique. Hey, DJ Reader. Okay, Ennis Rackstraw and Tyrion quite not ready yet. You know, we took a run on Carson Davis. They still not ready, but hey, we'll pay DJ Reed. You kind of see that then and there? They come here, they say, okay, we don't know about drafting a quarterback. Hey, I do know golf, and I know what I'm getting with golf. Let me get a Jared Goff. You know what? Hey, we need a leader on defense. Let me get an Enrique till I find my linebacker. So that's the difference in it. With Dallas, they have to draft well. You have to project when you draft, like, oh man, you know, how much longer is Zach Martin gonna be here? Let me start. And like I said, that ain't always really worked out for the Lions. And I'm pretty sure Philly can speak on that as well, too. It ain't always worked out for them. Drafting some of the replacements on the offensive line or guys to get ready to replace the guys that you got, but sometimes it work out. Sometimes it work out, and it's just having that eye for talent. And the only way you really can have an eye for talent is having a system. You have to have a system. And if you don't have a system, it's going to be hard to have an eye for talent. Because if you it's kind of like this. I say this. So for people who work out, you could just look around the gym. And you could just tell the people who probably go to the gym and complain about not getting results, whatever it may be. Some people might just want to be muscular. Some people just want to keep their figure. Some people want to be slimmer. Some people want to, whatever, right? But you can tell the person in the gym that's just jumping around and they don't have a plan. And you see somebody, you know, you see them regularly who got a plan. It's bam, 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 bam. You see the pace. You see the intention. You know what I'm saying? You see structure. When you have a system, it's the same way. I know I like a man cover corner. He got to be, you know, got to tackle. You know, he got to, you know, turn his head around. You already know you got a system. Oh, I need a running back that can hit the hole and got vision and boom, you got a system. Philly got a system. KC got a system. Detroit got a system. You know what I'm saying? So you start going around the league and looking at teams that's been successful over the last 2-3 years or a long period. Patriots, they had a system of a guy they knew what they wanted. When you just free picking, you go to the grocery store without a grocery list, you just grabbing a bunch of shit, you guarantee you're going to miss something. I ain't get my non-stick spread. I forgot my butter. Oh, I really wanted to make rotel, but I forgot to get. When you make a list, you follow that list, you ain't going to forget shit. And that's the thing about those teams. They have a specific fit. And it's not just for glory players like St. Brown or J-Mo or Liam McNeil or Aidan Hutchinson or Cooper DeJean or Quinyon Mitchell or Jalen Carter or Rashee Rice or, you know, Patrick Mahomes, or you can just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Josh Allen, James Cook. They have a particular guy, description for the 53rd guy, for the 51st guy, for the 48th guy. That's the standard. So when they rotate those guys and they produce, people like, wow, I didn't know that's the standard. You got to be able to play within that realm of the job description of whatever position it is. Corner, running back, kicker, whatever. So, but shout out to y'all, man. And check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist at the link tree. You can find me everywhere. X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Peace.